सो आपने वो पॉल ग्राम वाले वो तो पढ़ा है ना आर्टिकल आइडेंटिटी वाला?
Don't remember.
I'll just open एक बार.
मैं बताओ तब तक.
So basically what he says is what religion politics have in common is people make that part as their identity. ठीक है, वो identity का part हो जाता है, इसलिए वो लोग they cannot handle क्या कहते हैं criticism and arguments over it. ठीक है, and then he starts saying कि you should not make anything part of your identity.
That's the most important thing.
ठीक है, कि you should not make anything part of your identity because in that sense मतलब अब वो criticism नहीं ले पाओगे उसके ऊपर. ठीक है, तो my thing is if nothing is part of your identity, ठीक है, then how will you get confidence? ठीक है,
But no. So nobody is saying nothing should be part of your identity. I'm saying that you're substituting. These are stupid things to make part of your identity. There are substitutes that you can make part of your identity.
But I can make same argument for those also, right?
If you can. That's the whole point, right? So you're assuming that everything that people can associate with identity is similarly harmful or helpful. That is not true. Different things have different impact. So politics and religion is whatever. So for example, I'll give you examples, right? So for example, recently I was having a chat with somebody, and this is what I told them. One of my very, very strong belief kind of thing is strong opinions held weakly, right? And this is something I came across from somebody, right? It must be maybe a Paul Graham, right? I don't know who did, right? Because I came across this, and I remember very vividly. I was sitting in an IIT coffee shop. I was part of a cup shop I grew at that time, must be 2005. So I remember 15 years back, right? And since then it has stuck to me. So whatever the statement is, let me repeat: strong opinions, weakly held, right? So basically, first of all, opinion itself, right? So the first part, let's analyze the first part. There are two parts: strong opinion. So what the hell strong opinion means, right? So it basically means that non-trivial answer is it means that any opinion that you have must be strong. Think about that in a non-trivial. I'm saying it's a non-trivial discussion. So a lot of your opinions are weak opinions. I am saying weak opinions are not worth having. So for example, if you ask me, is beer good or bad? I can't give you a strong answer, right? It depends on moderation, it depends on what social situation, it depends on whatever, all sorts of stuff. Maybe it's good. Some people are very strong about it. I'm not strong about it, right? Some people will say, like my dad probably, or somebody will say, absolutely no way, one drop of beer will come to you and they will disown you or whatever, right?
Is that right to say कि if that opinion can be held in every situation, most of the situations, then it is strong, kind of?
No, I'm not defining what is the criteria for considering it strong. I don't care. Use whatever opinion that you have or measure you want. What I'm saying is you can for yourself decide which of your opinions are strong and which of them are weak. At a totally different level, we can have discussion which should be considered strong and which should be considered weak. That's not the point of this topic, right? The point is that you decide for yourself which things you strongly believe in and which you think weakly believe in. Let's say you can answer a traffic rule follow karna. Are you really sure? Because there are hundreds of people, times, instances in which you did not follow, or you were with somebody who did not follow a traffic rule. It's probably weak for you, right? Whereas if somebody does something, there is always there are going to be things that are not going to be acceptable to you. अब तुम किसी के साथ में जा रहे हो, फिर थूकना शुरू कर देता है सड़क पे. You probably will just stop hanging out with that person. I'm just hypothesizing that. I'm saying there are things that are for you. You are the judge. There are no external judge here. You are the judge who is saying so I'm saying be aware of your opinions and see if you are weak or strong about that. Right? You feel strongly or weakly about those opinions. So any opinion which you are holding weakly, I'm saying just throw them away. They are not serving any purpose because you can talk about them, you can judge people on something that you don't really care about. The fact that you don't really care about it just simply means that you must also be doing it from time to time. So if you're judging somebody for doing something that you are yourself doing from time to time, you're just being a hypocrite. Right? So if you have anything कि हाँ ये अच्छा है या बुरा है, because everything, every time I'm saying you can simplify everybody to be अच्छा या बुरा है, right? Somebody shows an aspect or whatever, सही है गलत है whatever, right? If you make a statement, so I'm saying you don't make a statement. Let other people make a statement about it. And like I said through the like let other people tell you that guy who is wrong on the internet be wrong on the internet. It's not your job. So I'm saying ठीक है ये करता होगा, मुझे क्या करना है? जैसे अब तुमने उठा के प्लेट रख दिया बहुत अच्छी बात है, but I'm very weak about it. अगर तुम कोई नहीं भी करता तो I don't care. It's not a strong thing for me.
Yeah.
ठीक है, so that's what I'm saying कि that's the first part, strong opinion, right? You figure out what you think strongly about. ठीक है, so you should have all your opinions should be strong. Is what I'm trying to say. Like you're trying to do about videos, you're thinking all of my videos should be good or whatever. I'm saying that is a bad idea, but your opinion should be strong. Meaning that
This will come in video.
If you're talking to me, obviously your videos are going to be strong. So
Let's hope we get good views also.
who cares? Or rather, who cares at what time frame? Right? So you may think you're not getting enough views, but maybe after 30 years you might get like people are recognized after that.
No, and it's not about views also.
But I'm saying it can be. Basically, consider Michelangelo was not appreciated probably in his time. You saw Medici, right? You should see Medici. He was like this random guy, and this guy was just hiring him to bana do और tension no bana raha tha. He was a very poor people, destitute person probably.
I'll edit this out.
Why?
नहीं ठीक है, we'll see.
So anyways, so coming back to the strong opinion is everything, because people have this tendency and कि यार हर चीज में opinion बना देते हैं. Right? You just have opinion about everything. You are questioning everything, analyzing everything. Just waste it. I have told you to analyze a lot of things, but I'm saying like also be good. Like at the end of the day, your analysis should be good. If you have come up with a कि यार ये अच्छा नहीं है, and which is very questionable, क्योंकि बहुत सारे लोग करते हैं उनको कोई हार्म नहीं हुआ है, right? If somebody says कि beer अच्छा नहीं है, I'm like yeah, I know so many people who are living so long and living a very happy life who are still happy drinking beer. So your thesis is wrong, right? So I'm saying you have a lot of thesis. I'm not saying you have a lot of weak thesis. So you'll figure out which thesis is strong and weak and so on. So opinion similarly, exactly. So I like thesis, right? Many theses that you're defending for yourself. Anyways, so and the weakly held portion, the other portion, right, is similarly equally important. Ki no matter how strongly I believe in anything, basically the weakly held portion says I'm willing to change it. I'm holding it weakly. I'm very strong. At that point, I will tell you, let's say if I really believe that wearing a mask is the right thing, then if somebody is not wearing the mask, that person will really hear from me. They will see, whatever, I'm into angry types. And
come again.
So let's say currently I am holding this view that wearing mask is the right thing to do. Let's say hypothetically, this is an opinion that I'm very strong about. If somebody is not wearing the mask, I'm really judging them, right? So as of now, I'm very strong about this, right? And when I am just proving to you that I'm very strong, because if somebody is doing that, let's say if I'm interviewing somebody and I see somebody doesn't wear the mask or whatever it is, I'll probably reject that guy. And so on. So I'm very strong about it. If whatever punishment I can deal out to that person who is not following my this thing, I'll never step out of my house without a mask. I'm extremely strong about it. But if tomorrow a report comes saying that a mask is not so effective or whatever it is, if anything comes up which questions this thing, and you show me what you're talking about, read this. And I read this and I'm saying I throw that idea like in a heartbeat.
Got it.
So a lot of people will just become like, nahi, मैं तो mask वाला हूँ, और and asking them to change their opinion becomes like, that's exactly what you were talking about the identity when we started this discussion. So.
But it's not easy.
I'm not saying it's easy. Going to gym is not easy. Anything is not like worth doing is not easy virtually, right?
No, but again, because then it becomes part of your identity, right? And then.
I will not let mask become part of my identity. My identity will be lied to strong opinion held weakly. My identity is tied to that statement, not on the masks are good statement. I will ensure that every single this thing time I mention the mask, I remember ki that is not the goal. That is just a consequence of something stronger, which is ki you should have strong opinion, blah blah. So it's a derivative from that something else which is more fundamental. That fundamental thing is not changed. I'm still believing in this, and I know for sure that I will believe that for the rest of my life, unless obviously something comes and changes my mind. But that's just a philosophical loop, recursion times. So, anyways, so there are statements. So I'm saying, yeah, forever I'll be that person, right? I'll give you another example. Let's say consider, for example, reasonable. So I'm very this thing about right. That I'm a reasonable person, right? So I'm saying this is very strongly identified with my name, my identity, right? I'm a reasonable person, and I have a very non-trivial definition of reasonability, right? A lot of people will say they are reasonable, right? They are using a very weak definition of reasonable, right? So they will say, most of the time I'm reasonable, more or less, right? To me, a much stronger definition of reasonability exists, which is I'm bound by reason. Okay? When I say I'm bound by reason, meaning that if you give me a reason, I'm saying I'm a slave of reason. I do not have a superiority over reason. Reason is above me. My actions are driven by reason, right? So if you come and tell me, Amity, what you're doing is wrong, and there is this reason and you should do it like this. Every time I say I am a reasonable person, I am saying I am that person who is bound to listen to it. Most people will use their own judgment. मैं independent हूँ, free हूँ, etc. Blah blah, right? कि मेरी freedom है, mind your own business, blah blah blah. So I'm saying कि I'm very strong कि if you can't ever come, you've seen me like in code, etc. I've done this so many times. I have extremely whatever, and then I'll never stop you from coming and challenging me. Right? Reasonable to me, that's the answer. Okay? A lot of people will pretend to be reasonable, let's say, and they will just not allow you, give you a space in which you can come and challenge them. Right? So I'm saying I have always said this thing to everybody who work with me, be it 3 o'clock in the morning, 5 o'clock in the morning, I don't care. If you have a doubt, if you have a thought, I am going to tell you to do everything. And I'm going to be extremely anal about everything that I tell you. But if you have any doubts, and you can see from your own experience, and I can make this statement as anybody that has worked with me. My door is open. You will be able to get time with me. अगर मेरे को दिन में time नहीं मिला तो रात में कैसे भी करते. And if you need 2 hours convincing, you need 10 hours convincing, I don't care. I might be physically tired and I'll ask you, I'll never be like, I am so and so and you must do it, like I'm tired and whatever. That's the meaning of reasonability. That I am going to appeal to your reason. And I know I can appeal to your reason. I'm saying I'm absolutely confident that give me any human being, right? Give me enough time with just proper reasoning and with proper. To me, that's why I'm a slave of reason, because in my opinion, reason is the only thing which unites humans together. Right? We were all generally living in whatever, and we became reasonable people. And reason means, like, if you ask me, oftentimes I have given this example that consider UK, United Kingdom, when they was such a tiny island and they ruled the whole world, right? Why? Because they decided to be reasonable. What I am saying, if 5 people are on the same page, they can, like an arrow, cut through the whole anything, right? They can just go and like rule the world. Is what I'm saying. And for 5 people to be on the same page, for 2 people, 2 human being, independently thinking human being to be on the same page, there is no substitute but reason. If both of them commit to reason, okay, we are going to opinion just doesn't matter. Insult doesn't matter, time doesn't matter, none of those matters. Intention doesn't matter. Like a lot of people say, you're saying it, but your intention is something else. Right? I'm saying you prove it. Let's put that out on the paper. Show me what my intention. Right? I'll tell you why, through my reasons, why that intention, what your assumption about my intention is invalid. I'll tell you what I am willing to show you my bank account, I'm willing to show you my entire. So to me, it's like if 2 people have to come on the same page, they have to be able to ask every question, everything, every challenge, everything. And my point is this tool is so well established, so easier to apply. It's not even I'm talking about some esoteric thing that only some monks know or whatever. I'm saying these tools are very available to us. Every single paper goes through this tool. Every single academic paper, research paper that is written, that goes through this tool. We just don't apply those things to our lives. We just believe that it's not practical or whatever it is. I strongly, firmly believe that this is extremely practical. And it's not even hard. I'm just saying every scientist, every paper which is published, कोई तो random बंदा review करता है more or less. And everybody come up with like whether this particular thing follows from this or not is very easy to check. And everybody comes at the same thing. It's not like a personal judgment. Everybody will come up with you will think this is scientific and that will think this is not scientific. ऐसा नहीं होता. If you see any paper published in any scientific journal, no matter who the reviewer was, there will be obviously 5%, 10% errors. I'm not talking about those cases. But anything which gets beyond their points, I'm saying this is not some mystical thing, right? We are talking about some special love and only the Dalai Lama can have that kind of feeling.
Basically, reason is universally accepted.
It's a very simple thing for us to apply on a day-to-day basis. Is something that I'm saying.
Okay, but coming back to the identity wala thing.
So I'm giving you two instances of things that you can attach to your identity. Right? So okay, I'm bound by reason and I'm strong opinions weakly held. You can at some level you can argue both of them are the same thing. It could also be, right?
But what I want to ask is, let's say what you do, let's say your job, वगैरह, your profession cannot be your identity, right? Because then वो limiting factor हो जाएगा.
So do be very careful about what you're allowing to be associated with your identity. Never make that statement in your head. Never allow that statement to be made without correcting the person right at that point. So you say, I'm happy to be a software engineer. Like people tell me, you're a software engineer. How do you know this? Like the first startup, right? I was building a phone. Like how can you do that? I'm like, I don't know. I never said I'm a software engineer. I'm an engineer.
But just generally people when meet, right? So they will say, hi, I'm Saurabh. I'm software engineer, whatever. But then that is basically they have accepted that as a part of their identity, right?
Yeah, but be smart about it, no?
Yeah.
I'm saying don't say that I'm a software engineer. Just at that point, I'm saying it's an English lesson, right? Figure out a way to say I'm working as a software professional. I also have these interests. I always tell I'm also a writer. Almost like I've never written anything beyond my blog post and other stuff. I mean to say no published work. I mean it's not like I'm not written.
People can check out at aminthu.com.
Which is not
stuff
working. But I can show archive.org. Archive.org, if you go in archive.org, there's a few.
But there is stuff on fifttry.com/.
Exactly. So, but that is like not even a surface. Like I'm saying, I've written so much on what you have on FifthTry is just like 10 articles. It's just not there. So I'm saying just in 2003, probably I've written 10 times more than what is there on FifthTry so far, right? So anyways, so be smart.
By the way, you should get that out.
What?
Archive.org se वगैरह जो भी.
But that by the way very intentional. Okay.
You want to let it go.
Yeah, I'm saying this is there. Anybody who wants it is available to you. I'm just showing you a link right now if you want. Right? All of them are available to you. I'm saying, in fact, that actually I have done. Like I believe that. So people have asked me this question, right? I have this childhood pattern, right? Where I have I move from one place to another. I move from one place to another every 2 to 3 years, 3 years or something like that, right? So what is the impact of that is at the end of 3 years, I always got a chance to completely decide who I am, right? Because I'm no longer like your parents don't know how you're with your friends, right? So you can have a totally different life with your parents versus a life with your friends. So I believe everybody else with 12 years or whatever of continuously being with the same set of people, they just decided who they are is like a fixed thing, right? So sometimes I was saying a negative identity, etc. So identity to me has been something that every time I moved from place A to place B, I was able to ask myself this question: who am I? Who am I going to be? Like I'm a very shy person to decide I'm not going to be shy person in this school. Like I used to, for example, in some school I used to not be able to talk to girls at all, and the next school I just decided I am good with girls. Nobody really questions you, right? I just went in and I just said hello to every girl in my new class, and nobody minded, and nobody.
But that is a change of environment also, right?
Exactly. So that's what I'm trying to say. I got lucky that every time I moved from school A to school B, I could decide some aspects of my life that maybe I would not keep it, right? So I'm saying, it's very hard for other people, right? So
basically character, identity.
No, you're defining character as a characteristics. If biology may character is something that can't change. Like I have two hands.
I was thinking about let's say in an environment, okay, how you behave, okay, is perceived just कि ये तुम हो, right?
Yeah.
ठीक है. And if वो environment change रहता है, then you get a chance to
read this thinking. I can't dance, I can dance every time.
To reboot basically.
To reboot, to whatever. Yeah. So what I'm saying is, कि first of all, to me it's a false notion. कि you can't reboot unless you completely like. I got lucky that the first few change allowed me, like it's a definitely favorable condition. If you are uprooting yourself from one set of complete social circle to another social circle, that does make it very, very easy for you to completely change yourself, right? So I used to have long hair, I have short hair, now I probably become a daadi wala person, right? It became so easy for me to become a bearded person now, because I'm suddenly in a different environment and nobody is really looking and questioning me and so on. Right?
Same for me.
Exactly, same for you. Completely changed your appearance, right? So that is the lucky portion. But my point is, if you are not lucky, you're still, it's just your mental block that you're choosing, right? Remember that day I told you to just change your hair color and whatever.
Yeah. So basically, मतलब what I was trying to say is, जो limiting factor है उसको तुम खुद भी हटा सकते हो without changing your environment also.
Precisely. So I'm saying that being able to reevaluate for yourself who you are whenever you want to do it, without worrying about what other people will say or think about you, etc., is a good feature. And you're just not doing it because of some wrong reasons, like you think people will laugh at you or think ये क्या हो गया, ये आदमी बदल गया, right? A lot of people
holding your identity closely.
Or
whatever.
I'm just saying कि I don't know if it is exactly related to identity, but it is definitely related to identity. So I'm saying कि you can define for yourself कि यार, it seems like, consider the gym example. A lot of people will say कि यार, people don't think I can go to gym, or I'm not that kind of person, or I can't dance, or I can't drink, or I always will drink, or whatever, right? There are lots of social expectation about you, and you believe that you have to somehow live up to that expectation. I'm saying कि nobody is really looking at you. I'm telling you, people will always act as if everybody is looking at you. Like, consider any talk. If I tell you to go and stand on a podium and you have to give a lesson or talk, right? You will probably think about every single pause that you're taking, every word that you're speaking. Should I make this right? This thing, did it follow from X to Y? But think about yourself when you're sitting on the other side. How often do you even listen to what is being said? It's not like just you are the one who is not paying attention. I'm saying nobody is paying attention. Nobody in a group-like situation where somebody is talking on a podium is actually even probably listening to that guy, right? Like, it'll be like actually...
Unless he fucks up very bad.
Yeah, even in that scenario, unless it's like just comical or some which is basically striking in your head. So I'm saying examples, fucking up completely bad example would be, there are two kinds of examples. You fell on the ground. So I'm saying that is visually comical or something. I'm not talking about that. But let's say you fuck up, कि तुम्हारा argument, what you were trying to say for, let's say imagine it's a 1 hour lecture. In 1 hour lecture for 45 minutes, you were trying to make a case. कि यार this is so. And imagine a hypothetical situation. 45 minutes in, you realize shit for yourself. Shit, the position that you're talking about is actually not valid. I'm saying that's also fuck up. Your entire talk, imagine you prepared for 3 months for a talk. You wanted to go to, let's say, a conference and you want to give the talk, yeah, Python is awesome. And for this particular problem statement, you should use Python and not Java. Let's pretend this. It's for 3 months you applied for this conference, you did this. And now I'm saying a different kind of fuck up is ki in 45 or 50 minutes of giving that talk, you realize shit, my argument was actually not valid. Actually, Java is a mental problem. So it can happen, right? And you can just be confused. Like, I don't know how will you end that continue. Like, if you come to realize, do you continue with your talk, or do you say shit, I actually was wrong, or you might be just, let's pretend ki you did not do any like conversation, like shit, you just paused there, frozen there, or you like just laughing, started laughing. And if you don't do any such thing and you just change your topic, saying actually I was saying that, but you know, whatever. So I'm saying that is to me an example of a stronger wrong, right? So like, so I'm saying even if that happens, I'm asking you again the same precise question. If that has happened 5 times in the last 10 talks that you've given, do you think you would have spotted that? I would say not. A lot. You'd be really lucky if you have an audience who actually paid so much attention to you. And if they did, then they care about something else, not on that particular factor. I'm telling you, if people really care about Java versus Python, then everybody would have thought. If there are 5 people who are really paying attention to you, they are probably paying attention to something else.
Yeah, and probably I think आज की एज में इतना मैटर भी नहीं करता बिकॉज लोग का क्या कहते हैं अटेंशन स्पैन बहुत छोटा हो गया.
बट दैट इज जस्ट एन एग्जांपल.
नहीं, प्रॉब्ली आज से 10 साल पहले जब अगर ऐसा टॉक होता और इसमें कोई बहुत ज़्यादा फकअप कर देता, प्रॉब्ली पीपल वुड हैव रिमेंबर्ड फॉर,
बिकॉज लॉट मोर पीपल वुड हैव सीन द नंबर ऑफ टॉक्स वर लॉट लेस, so therefore so you're lucky that today we can make more mistakes without feeling whatever. But I'm just saying even in the other extreme case, let's take you made a mistake in a movie that you've created. I'm just saying it doesn't matter is what I'm trying to say. People will, if there's a plot hole, who cares? Like, it's like I'm pretty sure Harry Potter has a huge amount of plot holes, right?
Yeah.
Why the fuck a person who is the Lord who can destroy the universe is stuck by a college student or like, I'm saying if we really start analyzing, there are lots of exactly वही मैं बोलना चाह रहा हूँ. So that is what I was trying to tell you in the previous portion. If those 10 people are really listening to you, they're not listening to Java versus Python. They are listening to you because you are a good speaker, or they are listening to you because you have approached the problem in a very interesting way. Even if the solution is wrong, you can redo the whole thing, and the approach itself was great. So or they just like noting things down, like they want to do active, and for them this realization ki hey you screwed up is actually still part of their learning, right? If you think about a meticulous student who is actually watching you and realizing you are fucking it up, do you think that person has not learned a lot? He has, right? So they will for the rest of their life remember that. They will learn ki they shouldn't do that, and not in that way ki you got embarrassed, because they are not going to be. It's like a students are not the one who make fun of the professor. Even if the professor is making mistake, I have, like, for example, so many times made like realize shit my professor is like, consider 9th standard, I realized shit my professor I did, because so many math problems I would see and look at it, he will say the problem and the answer will come to my mouth like this, like,
and for some it would be कि यार ये तो मैंने कभी सोचा ही नहीं ऐसे, ठीक है. हाँ, तो उन लोग के लिए पॉजिटिव होगा और कुछ लोग के लिए होगा कि नहीं यार ये तो क्या बकवास बातें कर रहा है.
हाँ, and it doesn't matter now. So even if you talk bales, that's what I'm trying to say, ki we just think too much about other people, and we think our identity is stuck in their head and it's frozen somehow. It's completely easy thing to get shattered. It's like, I remember this, you should read this novel called Stranger in a Strange Land. Okay? So it has this, so in this there's a very powerful / rich weird character. He's actually a Martian, probably a human being who was born in Mars, I don't know. So, but he had special powers also. So anyways, bottom line is he's rich, and one of the painting that he has in his house is a painting of a let's say somebody in Rajasthan, right? So some lady, Rajasthani traditional dress lady, right? Some young lady in Rajasthan. She had this, you know, that Rajasthani people have that thing in their neck. There are like 8-10 levels of something. So
long beard, you mean to say?
No, I'm talking women. Part of jewelry.
Yeah.
So there's this jewelry in the neck they wear, and then there are like 10 of them. the entire neck would be covered by that jewelry.
Yeah,
right?
yeah, yeah.
You might have seen.
Yeah.
Each ring basically
Yeah.
stacked on top of each other, and probably whatever. So anyway, so in that painting there was this lady in Rajasthani lady probably wearing that kind of thing, and she on her head was carrying water vessels, kulhad, whatever you call that, water clay ka water thing, na?
Matka.
Matka, yes. So she was carrying matka, but she had like 10 or so matkas stacked on top of each other, right? She was carrying water from one place to another, whatever. That was the painting, and
Labor with bediya.
Not Media,
No,
because
just-
she was
just-
rich actually. That actually
But
shows.
women-
But the point was not
slaves.
that. The point was not that. The point was that she was obviously in a lot of pain because that must have been a lot of weight on her head, right? So the interpretation of the weird Martian guy was that what painting represents is that this whole pain that she is feeling is all self-inflicted. Imagine what she has to do to get out of the pain, right? You are standing with this stack of matkas on your head. All you have to do is move your head by like a centimeter or less, and the matkas will fall. So by keeping the matka on her head, she's actually balancing it, right? It's not natural for the matka to stay on her head. So she is really working hard to keep the matka on her head. And she's suffering because of that. While sure you can argue you have to keep the matka on here because you need water or whatever, but the bottom line is so many of our problems are like that. In this case, yes, that was substantially important, but in most cases we have exactly the same problem. Just that the matkas are just random shit that people have put on their head, and you have no idea what is there in it. Do you even need it or not? But yet you are just carrying it because people just put it, and you think, shit, I must carry it, I must balance it on my head, and you just
Bounded by such things.
Go your entire life thinking I must uphold that particular thing. So I really like. I believe that a lot of identity is exactly that, right? There are some 10 matkas on your head that you have not put. Somebody has put on your head. Society has put that matka, and you believe that your job is to somehow ensure that the matka never falls, or people will look at you weird or what. I don't know what it is, right? But my answer to you is you just move your head. They will fall automatically, and you can be whoever, and you can choose to put other stuff on your head if you choose to, or you can just walk, whatever. So,
Got it.